They wheel me into the emergency room cubicle, where you get a chance to die of what you haven't been examined for, a little closer to the reception desk. That's the difference between the waiting room and where I'm at right now. Same result. Ain't nobody came in. I'm sitting there in pain, getting worse, chest swelling up more like it's about to bust like a balloon. I need to give you a little side piece of information that puts this all together. Because that whole heart thing was all I needed to prove that the good Lord must have wanted me here for some reason. Because remember I told you there's 3 different groups, the football players, baseball, basketball players, and normal human beings. Well, in that morning class, in the more normal human beings, there was one guy there, Doc. I'm going to call him Doc, just Doc by his name. And Doc is an ER doctor. This is why we call him Doc. That was genius. But he didn't come to class that day because he was on call. And the hospital I went to, the black hospital I went to, he got put on call at that hospital. I didn't even know he worked there. I didn't even know he was a doctor. I didn't know he was a doctor, actually. They used to call him Doc. I thought they called him Doc because I thought he was a preacher or something like that. He had good shoes. So everybody calls each other Doc when they're preachers down in the South. And so I thought he was a preacher, but he's an actual doctor. And so he comes. So in the emergency room, they ran out of strong black coffee. And if you understand hospital culture, you don't ever run out of coffee. That's like running out of oxygen. All right. In the ER room, you come in hyped up on coffee and you take the other drugs to stay up after that. Ran out of coffee, and then the ER didn't have any more coffee. So he had to walk from the ER through the ER to get to the main building so that he could go get some coffee to come back. It just so happened when I came in at 7-ish in the morning, he is walking out of the ER to the main room, walks by my cubicle where I'm sitting there. So much so I'm picking up my phone. I'm about to do my last will and testimony on my phone so my daughters will know their daddy loves them. That's literally where I was at that point. Because it felt like I'm about to just give up. This pain is so bad, I would rather die. He comes by and he goes, "Beast." I looked up. I said, "Doc?" I said, you an actual doctor?" He said, "Yeah, man." He said, "What the hell you doing here?" I said, "Man, I don't know. I think I'm having a heart attack." He said, "No, not you." I said, "Yeah, girl," because he saw me lifting with the football players. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Oh, let me check your chart out." The nurse came. He said, "Come here, let me see. Give me his material." He goes, flips one page, flips another page, gets to the 3rd page and points. He says, "Has anybody checked this?" She's like, "Well, no, but he's still waiting to be seen." And now, when Doc starts freaking out, I know something. He goes, "What? Nobody's seen him yet?" He says, "Take him up to Dr. Abubu right now." They put me on the gurney, put me outside. Now, they placed me outside next to this guy that was really he was like 350, almost 400 pounds, And so they put me in a hallway to get ready to shuttle me because I told you I'm at the blackity black hospital, right? With funding, for only one doctor, and they got 50 doctors on staff. So of course everybody's short-handed because they shorthand that particular hospital on purpose, just like they do in the rural community. So y'all should be familiar with this. If you're in the country, same situation. No money, one doctor, and 100,000 patients. So they got me out there. And so they're trying to figure out who's got to go to the MRI and who's got to go up to Dr. Boo Boo, because they assume one was a shoulder injury, the other one was a heart attack. Well, they assumed that the guy with the heart attack was the big fat guy, not me, the muscular guy. They was about to take him up to Dr. Boo Boo and me to go get my shoulder exam until I was like, no, I'm the heart attack. You the heart attack? Are you sure? And they ask him, "What's wrong with you?" "My shoulder, man, my shoulder hurt." So I almost got left. They wheel me up to Dr. Boo Boo. Dr. Boo Boo just happened to be teaching an early class that day because he usually teaches at 9:30, 10 o'clock. However, he had someplace he had to go. So he had his class meet him early that day, that same Monday that I had this heart attack. They wheel me into the lecture room where he's at. And, he's just doing a demonstration on how to track the heart or some shit like that. They put the dye in and all that. Nobody really told Dina Boo Boo I was an actual patient. They just wheeled me in there because Doc told him, "Get him up to him right now. Push him in the room with Boo Boo right now." I'm like, "Okay, all right." I go up there. Dr. Dina Boo Boo, he's from Nigeria. Abubu, Ububu, Ibubu. I can't remember how to say it exactly. He speaks seven languages. English is his fifth language. He's lecturing the class about how to do dyes and all that kind of stuff. They put the dye in me, and it's going through. He goes, okay, I know what to do. You're going to do 3 cc's of this, 5 cc's of that. And then all of a sudden, he's looking on the screen at the dye go through my heart, and I'm kind of looking at it too, wondering what the hell's going on. And then I hear him say something that freaked me the fuck out. He goes, 2 cc's of this, 3 cc's of that. Oh, shit. When your doctor, who speaks 7 languages, says, oh, shit, I lifted my head up off the table and said, oh, shit, what? He said, lay down. Nurse, go get this, go get that. He goes into immediate emergency mode. My chest is about to explode. I'm about to pass out. All right? Pass the fuck out. The dye gets around. He sends that thing through my thigh, all the way through my veins. You know, it's got a GPS signal going through my whole body. That shit was amazing, but I didn't have the time to appreciate it because I was busy dying. He got to the blockage, chipped at it like plaque. Went through it, poosh, my chest went down. There was 98% blockage, I learned later. And it went right around the back of my heart, boom, and hit another one, another clog, boom, that had formed right there on the spot. 100%. Pow, right on the spot in front of me. He says, it's got a second one. Boom, chipped out, boom. Had I not been on that table when he had the instruments in my body, I would not have made it. And it relieved my pressure. Following that, I had 5 more heart attacks and died once. So by the time I get to dealing with prostate cancer, I have already changed my lifestyle. I am eating a plant-based diet. I am walking 4 miles a day. I am losing weight. I am trimmed down to 174, 75 pounds. I'm in fighting trim. I am as healthy can be because I ain't want no more. I had 6 heart attacks altogether. So when I moved to my new location, I couldn't find a regular doctor.